Regal Mystery Monday is something the theater chain does every now and then to highlight a new movie coming out. When you buy a ticket, you don't know what movie you're about to go see, just that it's something new. That movie last night was Missing, the spiritual sequel to 2018's Searching starring John Cho. That film was a major success. Produced for just under $900,000, it went on to make $75 million in the global box office and garnered praise from both critics and audiences. Missing follows a new cast of characters led by June, an 18-year-old about to go to college. We find June at a point of her life where she has a lot of resentment towards her mother. June's father passed away when she was very young, and now her mother is going on vacation with a new boyfriend over Father's Day weekend. Only when June goes to pick them up at the airport, they're nowhere to be found. And that's all I'm going to say about the premise because I'm terrified about spoiling this film. I never got around to watching Searching, so I had no idea this movie was going to be a computer screen film, with everything that we're seeing coming from some sort of technological device. We don't see any real-world shots in this film. All we see is what June sees as she's investigating the disappearance. And I gotta say, this is the subgenre that I never knew I needed. It made for a movie that never stops as soon as the mystery began. There's just so much going on, it feels frantic. Whenever June isn't, trying to look at some sort of security cam footage, she's getting a FaceTime call from her friend, or she's working with someone on the ground in Colombia trying to retrace her mom's steps. It's a movie that doesn't allow for a moment to pass where you are not immersed with what's going on in the film. I was locked into Missing the entire time. And I could tell the audience in the theater with me felt the same way because whenever certain revelations in the movie come to light, I could hear the reactions. This is just a fantastic mystery thriller. I am really blown away. I can't believe I haven't seen Searching yet. I'm going to take time out of my schedule this week to watch that. I think having not seen Searching sort of helped me come in with low expectations. So my perspective is probably unique from those of you who have seen the other film, but man, I'd be surprised if you aren't riveted from this as well. And you know what? If you haven't seen Searching, use me as an example. I didn't even know how Searching was shot, and I very much enjoyed Missing. Now, I need to compliment the film's direction here. It was actually directed by two people, Nick Johnson and Will Merrick, who were the editors of Searching. This was their first feature film that they directed, and it's not going to be their last. They did a great job. I don't even know how you go about directing a film that takes place on a computer screen. But they pulled it off better than anyone I've ever seen do this before. Granted, I have not seen the first Searching, so maybe that'll change, but still, it doesn't change the fact that these two really impressed me with their first go around in the director's chair. Or I guess chairs. And the writing on this is great. This script had me shocked. Johnson and Merrick are also responsible for that script. Man, these dudes deserve all the praise in the world. I have so much respect for screenwriters that can make a compelling mystery where you can't predict everything that's going to happen throughout the film. Yeah, there are some things where I'm like, ooh, maybe I would do this in that scenario, and then that went on to be what our lead character does. But aside from minor stuff like that, this plot really took turns that I did not expect or see coming from a mile away, so props to those dudes. Storm Reed, who plays June, is truly fantastic in the film. She does so much even before her mom goes missing. When we have early scenes, she's excellent at showing that resentment for her mom in a subtle way that made it more realistic. It felt so real. And then whenever the mystery actually begins in the film, you feel riveted by her performance. She plays June as someone who's smart, willing to break the rules, take some risks. Man, Reed just really delivered a rock-solid performance. I hadn't seen anything from her before this. And I have a great respect for lead performers who are basically on screen the entire runtime. This is her movie. I also want to highlight a supporting actor in this film, Joaquim de Almeida, who plays June's contact in Colombia, the man on the ground. He was a great side character, and I, as well as the rest of my audience, were heavily invested in this guy. The character made for some great comic relief that wasn't overbearing in a very heavy film, and that's hard to do as a performer, so shout out to Joaquim. If you are at all hesitant about watching this film because it's from the perspective of someone's computer screen, Don't be. You're going to be spoiling yourself of a great time at a movie theater if you let that happen. There are some minor plot holes in this film that I found that I absolutely can't talk about without going into spoilers. And I refuse to be that guy that spoils the mystery movie a few days before it comes out, so I'm not adding a spoiler section to this video. Maybe I'll talk about it in another video after the movie's had a while in theaters. I can tell that so much effort got put into the script, and I don't want to be the person that ruins that mystery for people just days before it gets released. But really, Missing is a thrilling film where the heart revolves around a daughter who has pushed her mother away only to find herself doing everything in her power to get her back. Great movie. I highly recommend it. I really hope that this review was helpful for you guys. I was really surprised by this movie, not only with the plot turns, but just by how much I liked it. But that's all that I gotta say about Missing. Thank you so much for watching the video up to this point. Be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you next time.